Welcome to Porsha and Friends. I got my good friend Kenneth here with me. Today we're going to be discussing several political articles or political things which are in the news. The first one we're going to discuss this article called "The GOJ is trying to make an example out of Don Lemon, but it's not going to work." Last night, federal agents arrested independent journalist Don Lemon at the Grammys, and it was a big mistake, huge. Lemon is officially being charged with violating federal law, despite the fact that he is protected by the First Amendment, which guarantees freedom of press. As one of the few independent journalists with a huge platform on the ground in Minnesota, Lemon is clearly being an example of Trump's DOJ in a naked attempt to silence reporters and protesters who are fighting back against ICE. In a statement made this morning, Lemon's attorney put the arrest in clear perspective. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed Renee Good and Alex Freddie, the Trump department is devoting its time, attention, and resources to the arrest. And this is the first real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. The Trump DOJ goons are using a loophole to infringe on Lemon's right to cover protests in Minneapolis because the demonstration took place at a church where ICE enforcement officer works as a pastor. Agents were able to cite an obscure law that protects people against seeking to participate in a worship service. According to the New York Times, eight others were arrested at the demonstration, including local journalist Joseph Ford. But there's even shadier detail that's worth mentioning. In the past few weeks, Lemon has remained outspoken and committed in his coverage of Trump's many human rights trespasses. Earlier this month, he spoke out on his YouTube show about unverified testimony of Iraq veteran who claims to have been one of the many young men trafficked in Epstein's ring. Beside Lemon's independent status, he is taken to claims of bigger mainstream outlets have ignored. He also threatened heroically to out many closeted men in Trump's cabinet who remain intent on advancing anti-LGBTQ bills and proposals. I'm not going anywhere, Lemon recently promised viewers after a similar attempted by law enforcement to silence the journalists. In a time where even trusted media news outlets pull punches in the coverage out of Trump's wrath, Lemon has consistent source of hard-hitting news and passionate criticism of Trump's led reign of terror. His arrest is a clear sign, amongst many others, that the freedom of speech is far from the protected right it once was considered in this country. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's all BS. I mean, the Trump administration just they don't like anybody that disagrees with them. And if you clearly see in the video, Don came into the church. He told them he is not with the protesters. He's, basically chronicling what's going on.
Yeah,
But they want to make this all
the
about,
pastor attempted to
oh, you're,
push him.
huh?
The pastor attempted to push him.
Say that again?
The pastor attempted to push him, and then
Oh, he did. See, again, I didn't see that part. All the videos I saw, I just see Don speaking to him, and I'll just say the pastor. I don't. I guess I'm known. The only word that comes to mind. I guess he looks a little frantic, like something's gonna happen. But he was speaking to Don and stuff like that. But again, back to the Trump administration, they're just trying to make this like oh, you're infringing on people in church and stuff like that. No, they were protesting. He was there as a journalist, so I don't see why they're just
I
trying to
mean,
make an example of Don.
he had a right to um, be there with his First Amendment rights because he is a
Yeah,
journalist, and
yeah,
so I don't think they should they should have gotten him on this law, which was originally meant for the KKK.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. No, it is. I mean, again, it's almost like you got to side with everything the Trump administration is doing and have nothing to say. Yeah, that's and it's sad on journalists' part, especially the ones who work for the mainstream outlets who don't even push back on him because they want access and they feel like, oh, well, if we say anything, they're gonna kick us out of the press pool. Well, then we get kicked out.
yeah. I mean, everyone is bending the knees to Trump, but I don't see a reason to bend the knee to Trump.
No, they shouldn't. And they all should piggyback off of one another. If he don't answer the question, the next person should say, "No, answer the question, Mr. President."
I know, and
So what if he gets? So what if he gets all tight and mad and stuff like that? No, you are supposed to. You know, see, he's the reason why everybody wants to holler fake news. Calling everything fake news when it's not.
I know. I think the whole fake news thing was just uh, a slap in accountability. He
Yeah,
didn't
and
want
just to get
everybody
people
to
not to
believe
trust the
fake
news.
news.
Yeah, because it's not fake news. Yeah, and it's like, come on. I mean, yes, if you want to say if you want to be real and say is the is the news biased towards him, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, it
Be,
is.
but because he's a liar, because he's a liar.
Yeah, I mean, if he hadn't come down that escalator in 2006,
Yeah,
14 or whatever, this would have never happened. But he did, and we're living with the consequences of this today. I don't think that they should prosecute him. I think they should drop the case. You know, really.
I really think they are because I listened to Don's show and a lot of lawyers say they don't have a leg to stand on the government. They're really just trying to make an example. That's all they're trying to
Yeah,
do.
they're trying to beat him into submission, but he's not going.
Yeah, yeah, and I wouldn't either.
Okay, let's move on to the next article. Ania's documentary, 67% nose dive at the box office, raises some questions about the 99% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Melania Trump's loser vanity project might have a suspicious 99% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but something tells us it's not going to stay fresh for too long. Though Rotten Tomatoes confirmed with Variety that the scores are all 100% real and not fake at all. um,
So wait a minute. Is it 99%? Because I know Rotten Tomatoes has two scores.
it's
They do
99.
show two scores. They show the critic score and they show the you might say the audience score.
It's 99% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
From critics?
It doesn't say.
Yeah, see that I would have to check because again the last thing I heard is that it was the audience score. They have two scores. They have the critic scores where these film critics go see advanced screenings of the movies and they write reviews on them and they give their score. But then there's
Oh,
another score for the audience and the audience
yeah.
rates it and stuff like that. So I mean, what I'm saying is because there's plenty of movies where critics will give it a low score and the audience will give it a high score. And no
Yeah.
matter what you think, even taking this movie out of the scenario, There are plenty of movies that the audience disagrees with the critics.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
granted,
definitely.
you know, and there's plenty of movies, yeah, that people say it was good. The audience just hates it for whatever. I mean, the critics just hate it for whatever reason. Now, that's why I'm asking, because I would really want to know: is that the audience score that they're saying certified fresh, or is it the what do you call the audience?
Oh, okay. I don't know that, but well, let me move on. So Rotten Tomatoes confirmed with Variety that the scores are all 100% real and not fake at all. The film's actual box office performance offers a stark contrast to what Trump propaganda machine is trying to make us believe. As reported by The Guardian, despite the alleged strong opening week, box office had plummeted a stunning 67% in the second week, which could mean anything. But what's more realistic, a movie about a silent, uninteresting, despised first lady, directed by Epstein, associate and verified sex pest, during Iron Man numbers during a notoriously dumb month or foul play. On TikTok, elsewhere, people have theories. While Rotten Tomatoes swears up and down there's been no tampering with the 99% score, it's possible that the underestimating the lengths which Trump and company will go to manufacture a hit from a flop. Reviews displayed the popcorn meter are verified reviews.
Yeah,
They're
see it,
verified
and
reviews.
yeah, no, and see that's what I did when you were speaking. I had to check. I had to check because I'm, I'm into film and stuff like that. And yes, what they're showing, the 99, yeah, that's by the audience. The critics give it 11%.
Oh, okay. So the audience is giving 99%.
Yeah, and even when you're saying, even when you're using the word, see, even the person who wrote this article saying certified fresh, that no, they'll say certified fresh coming from, from there. They say verified hot Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, this is the audience. The
Oh,
audience, and the audience is, it is. It's almost like just trying to prove a point. See, people like it. No, because y'all want to, feed the propaganda that this is a good movie when it was nothing more than propaganda.
Rotten Tomatoes parent company assured Variety, meaning that it has been verified that users have brought a ticket to the film through Fandango. Okay, but have you ever heard of bulk ticket sales? As in case you missed it, reported TikToker Keep Troy Blue a week ago, White House spiritual advisor Paul White came and got caught sending out a mass mail to all of her local followers, encouraging them to purchase bulk ticket sales of the Melania documentary. Before that, Unseen Forces posted on a Boston Craigslist server that they would pay $50 to anyone willing to sit through this pile of crap. Nothing says confirmed like bribing people to fill seats. At a brief glance, the verified audience page reveals a slew of reviews from people who all decided to like the movie 2 days ago and had pretty nice things to say about it. But click on the profiles of these users and you'll find what I did, which is that most of these people haven't logged other movies, which is kind of suspicious.
Yeah.
They came to create an account and heap what appears to be a AI engendered praise of Melania, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. They created it. They need it's again, it's this narrative. That's why I like, okay, we are a divided country. We are just
I
a
mean,
divided country.
yeah, we are as a country.
And they need meaning people on the right or conservatives or MAGA, they need this film to appear to be great.
I could already tell the film is a piece of shit already.
Oh well, no, I saw the trailer. I mean, again,
I
it's
saw
a
the trailer
bunch of
too,
propaganda.
and this is covering the period of time 2 weeks before the election.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what she was doing 2 weeks before the election. I,
she did it for the money. She did it for the money.
yeah, she did it, but Amazon had to pull it from several movie theaters.
Yeah, because they were saying people were going in there, I believe, and taking photos of empty theaters. So again, the people who are doing the audience score, and again, I'm not now. The only reason why I will say their audience scores are biased or I'll call them fake is because they need this movie to look good.
I know they do.
Yeah, and I'm saying his crowd needs it to look good. So they can be like, "See, Hollywood, this movie's good." It's not,
It's,
because the critics who saw the movie, it was a propaganda piece. That's all it was.
and what were you saying? The people who review the movie said it's 11%
Look
rotten.
at here. I looked at it. It's 11%. That's low.
It really
Now again,
is.
yeah. Now again, because again, like I always say, I'm not going to say you should base everything based off on the movie critics, because art is subjective and stuff like that. But with this film in particular, it's propaganda. It is.
It is.
And stuff like that. And that film having 99%, I mean, it's almost like they make you want to watch it to be like, oh my gosh. I mean, and then you sit through it and be like, oh my gosh, this was trash. But again, I don't believe it, because what this administration is trying to
Yeah,
do.
we all know what this administration is trying
Yeah.
to do. This is almost kind of like Hitler making a movie, a propaganda movie, and then having all the people watch the movie.
Yeah. And then say good things about it. Yeah, no, it is. You know it is. I mean, again, now see that particular review, I wouldn't trust the audience score with that one, because I'm like, y'all seriously,
Yeah,
knowing this
they were
administration.
probably all MAGA reviewers.
Exactly.
It's not like it was a blockbuster film like Avatar or
Yeah. And then I think it only so far from box office receipts. I mean, it only made what, 13 million?
and they spent like I think they spent like close to 50 50,000 plus on the movie or 50 million plus on the movie.
Yeah, I think they pay. I heard they paid her $40 million to do it.
Oh yeah, $40 billion.
Yeah, and then again, you
But
still got to account
the
marketing and promotion.
the total of the movie was probably about like 100 million.
Yeah, even if you want to say that, yeah, because see, one thing Hollywood never does, they only go based off of the production budget. They never account, the marketing and promotion.
Yeah, I mean
And
Jeff Bezos ate the the Melania film, but he got in good with the president.
well, that's what it is. That's why all these companies, prior, conversation we had, that's why they're all doing it. They're all kissing the ass of this presidency, so their companies are not looked at or having tariffs put on them and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't think it's right to kiss the ass of the president.
No, me neither. I don't either. But it just goes to show that money means more to them than anything.
I mean, you can't take it with you when you die.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can, but again, it just shows that they don't. They don't care. Their god is money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.